Because the truth is, when leaders and managers dismiss the significance of workplace culture, they're dismissing the tangible and obtainable business best practice that can make them leaders in their field. Leaders who prioritize workplace culture saw 2 times the annual growth of their peers over a 3-year period. Now, growth is always a priority to every business, but it may be a little too long term for some people who are worried about things happening today. So what will be the things that will make a difference today? Well, pretty much every business in the world right now is adapting to the still evolving business landscape and the ever-shifting norms. Dealing with effects of COVID is still something that we're all struggling with a little bit every day. But 69% of organizations that adapted amid pandemic say their culture offered the competitive advantage they needed. And that's something that most of us could really use right now. This is what is so important for every business to really understand. Small little changes and interventions that you could do today can have a huge impact on your biggest pain points. For example, workplace culture was the biggest cause of the Great Resignation and the most influential component to employee attraction and retention. When it comes to predicting a company's employee turnover rate, culture is 10 times more effective than compensation. Just think about that. We focus so often on compensation as a primary tool for lowering employee turnover. Yet, a workplace's culture, the environment, is 10 times more powerful than wages and benefits. It's predicting how employees are likely they are to quit. Culture is not just about making employees feel good. It's the single biggest factor in why employees quit. Your equipment needs reliable electricity. Your employees need a respectful workplace culture. It's just that simple. Because if you don't give employees a culture that will let them give you their best work, they will find someone else who will. Culture drives loyalty. Nearly 50% of employees would leave a weak company culture for as little as a 10% raise. Consider what that means. Changing jobs is a pretty stressful situation. A lot of the time, it's jumping into an unknown situation and hoping you don't regret it. But if half of employees would leave you and your business for a 10% raise because of the culture, that really makes a clear case that poor culture leads to a revolving door of talent. And really think about that. Think about the numbers of that. That means, let's say the average salary at your business was, say, $50,000 a year. Then that means people will walk out on you for $2.50 more an hour. $2.50. That's a lot of talent, corporate knowledge, training, relationships, just walking out because of the lack of effort your business puts in to create a successful and productive workplace culture. So with this being so important, why do so many workplaces struggle with maintaining a strong culture? Well, it's because this colossal and critical piece of our workplace is often completely misunderstood. Only 28% of managers report that they understand their organization's culture, and only 19% believe they have the right culture. And I think this is why we sometimes hear those dismissive statements that I mentioned earlier from managers and leaders, that culture is just kumbaya and everyone needs to feel special, but and that it's sometimes considered to be an unnecessary add-on to the workplace. It's that they really don't get it, or they know they don't have the best work environment, but they're not sure how to fix it, so they just kind of dismiss it and push it to the side. And employees notice when they do that, the lack of effort and understanding that these businesses have. Only 29% of employees believe they have a successful workplace culture. So culture is a critical and vital thing that every workplace needs to put a place as a top priority. especially if you want to grow your business, adapt to the ever-changing business environment, retain employees, and develop a sense of loyalty to your organization. But it seems like the biggest reason it isn't a bigger priority or something we're talking about and addressing every day is that we often don't really understand it. Well, the good news is we will have those answers for you. We can demystify workplace culture right now so that you can start making effective, positive changes today.